And welcome everyone to Game 2 between KillerKane and Stefanovich here on Delta Quadrant, a very old map, in the MSL Code A SemiFinals. First game, Stefanovich went up to a very quick 1-0 lead over his opponent, the red Protoss down here in the bottom left-hand corner, with a proxy 2-gate attack that ended the game at the 4.5-minute mark. So, very exciting game. And now we're going to see if KillerKane can bring things back a little bit. He was actually in the process of building a proxy pylon in his opponent's base when he was attacked at the 4-minute mark. So both players showing a predilection for the cheesiness. They like the sauce. As things are, also I apologize last time, the scoreboard was incorrect. KillerKane was not in fact up 2-0 at the beginning of the best of 5. He was instead 0-0 and now is down 1-0. That is the more accurate count. Also want to point out that the players are doing their best to confuse me by never keeping the same colors or the same order. So I have to keep swapping the scoreboard and all the colors, and because of that, things get a little bit lost sometimes. Once again, the mirror matchup, both things happening at almost the identical time, although Stefanovich with the appropriately timed gas geyser, and his opponent going to be a little bit late. And I don't think that that was on purpose. The gateways are almost identical timed. The assimilator, though, is substantially different. And while that doesn't feel like very much, that actually makes a huge difference in terms of a mirror matchup, because all of a sudden you have that one stalker 16 seconds later. And when your opponent's knocking down your front door, that makes a huge difference. Also, we do have Stefanovich checking his way around the map. This is, like I said before, this is Delta Quadrant, a map that was not seen. I actually pretty sure it's not on the ladder at this point in time. However, neither of these players seem to care. Big thing here is it is a star-shaped or X-shaped map. However, there are expansions all over the place. You have a narrow ramp, but you can't get a good concave on the units at the bottom here. The units at the bottom can instead get a good concave on you, depending on if they have vision, so that's a little bit scary. This natural is also pretty wide open. Look at that big area there that you have to cover, and then you have a ramp down to the side and another ramp down to the side, and I think each one of these actually go into gold. So expensive expansions if you would like. Also, there is a backdoor, but the backdoor is covered with rocks, so it's a little bit more difficult to use. We do have the second gas geyser going down, 2 more gates. So we're going to see a 3-gate out of KillerKane and Stefanovich. Well, let's see, he's going to throw down 1 gate. It looks like he's wanting to throw down another one, so we might see 3-gate, 3-gate. We do also see a mothership core coming out from Stefanovich, which is a significant deviation from his opponent. Although both of his gas geysers were much earlier. The army size is way different. The unit count is the same difference, but in probes. So we're going to see a pretty interesting game. The way things work out, mothership cores actually allow you to be more aggressive at the beginning of the game. You can go and be crazy aggressive and then recall home if you would like. Recall will take a little bit more time to get enough energy for. Mothership cores don't actually do very much damage, and they can be taken out very quickly by stalkers, so it can be a little bit risky, but basically you have the ability, you don't have to worry about getting force fielded into your opponent's base and having them take care of all of your units for you. They instead allow you to have a little bit more freedom in that early game. And also, photon overcharge is a huge deal nowadays in this matchup. Matches that would have ended way long time ago will continue to drag on, for lack of a better term, because now if you have a mothership core and it has enough energy, you can make your your Nexus into basically a gigantic photon cannon. It does 20 damage, it shoots a little bit faster than a photon cannon, and it has, more importantly, 13 range. So any units that are out in this area are under fire from the planetary nexus, as we like to call them. And it can make things a little bit dicey. KillerKane has a huge economy advantage. And a pretty big, actually the army size is about the same. It's because an expansion is going down from Stefanovich. So this could be a little bit dicey. There are sentries in the composition from his opponent. And looking about, it appears that KillerKane does not, in fact, know where his opponent is. I wonder if he thinks it's forced cross spawns. That would be really hilarious and a little bit sad. We do have another proxy pylon down here, but it's not really that far. It's also really in the exact direct attack path from his opponent, so it's a little bit scary. I would be a little bit scared of that pylon if I was Stefanovich, but then again, I am not. Once again, we're finally seeing some additional tech coming out. We do have the robotics facility that will allow him to get those really important immortals out, and also that observer. However, back home for KillerKane, because of that better economy he's had, he has not elected to expand. He's had more money in the short term to invest in that observer and this immortal. And depending on when the engagement happens and where it happens, this could actually make a really big difference, being one up on the immortal count. Looking at army size, much larger. We have 2 immortals, 5 zealots, and 8 stalkers, and a mothership core, versus 1 zealot, 8 stalkers, and 2 sentries, and 1 mothership core. Now the stalker count, or the zealot count, has been changed a little bit. The big difference here is that the sentries here, sentries are wonderful units. They're just not very beefy. They're more cutesy. You're hoping that your force fields and guardian shields are better than your opponent's. And so because of that, it makes it a little bit dicey depending on how your control is. So this will come really up into how the engagement happens. We do have this army here kind of hanging out. Time Warp, they both have enough energy for Time Warp. Wait, where's the other mothership core? Where's the mothership core? This could be turned into a planetary nexus, and that would cause a big problem for KillerKane. And now this army is starting to spread about. They need to get in a big concave. The zealots need to be in the front. Neither player have a concave, and neither have anything in the front. There goes the planetary nexus upgrade. It is going to do quite a bit of damage to all those units, and I think he will decide. Actually, he's just going to run right into the main. Excellent choice here. He's not going to be able to be blocked out. He needs to throw down a Time Warp. The mothership core goes to back, so now he's committed. He cannot recall out. What damage can he get while he is in here? So KillerKane going to be retreating all the way into his opponent's main, and then the huge engagement here. The immortals at the back, not ideal. Another planetary overcharge going down. And now these units here are totally in the mix. However, right now they're camping production, and he could get a lot of damage down. And now the two gateways unpowered. It looks like he's going to retreat. He's going to take out that and then continue back. So not as bad as it could have been. The army did go down for Stefanovich, and KillerKane has a huge army advantage. And now when these 2 photon overcharges run out, he now has the ability to do what he pleases. He's going to focus down the probes. It's an excellent choice. Going to make sure that that economy cannot come back. He's not even going to worry about that base right there. He's going to instead continue to make sure that no production can happen. Those 2 pylons were very important. There was 1 pylon here, I believe, at the beginning. That is what my friends call an Artosis pylon. And somehow that stalker was underneath the force field and inside of that building. There's going to be 1 immortal here. Depending on how he micros it, it could get some decent damage done. But with the huge army in here from KillerKane, I don't know how Stefanovich is going to be able to take this. Pretty decent engagement here. Not the greatest control of the army, but with simple mass, he's going to be able to take everything out. This immortal here should not be alive. There goes 1 more down. And it looks like Stefanovich is going to be taken back down. So now they are both up 1-1. And now we have basically a best of 3 coming at you. So stay tuned. We're going to have some more exciting games here in just a few minutes.